Mens rea, a Latin term meaning guilty mind, refers to the mental state or intent of a person at the time they commit a criminal act. It is a fundamental element in criminal law that determines the culpability of an individual. To secure a conviction, the prosecution generally must prove both the act, actus reus, and the intent, mens rea, behind the act. Importance of mens rea. 1. Determining culpability, intent, and guilt. Mens rea helps establish whether a person had the intention or knowledge required to be held criminally responsible for their actions. It distinguishes between individuals who commit acts knowingly or recklessly and those who do so inadvertently. 2. Severity of punishment, grading of crimes. Mens rea can affect the severity of charges and penalties. Different levels of intent correspond to different levels of culpability, thereby influencing sentencing. Levels of mens rea. 1. Intention A. Direct intention. Definition: the person has a specific aim or purpose to bring about a particular result. Example: a person plans and carries out an assault intending to injure the victim. B. Oblique intention. Definition: the person foresees that a particular result is a virtually certain consequence of their actions, even if it is not their primary aim. Example: a person sets fire to a building to claim insurance, knowing that it is virtually certain someone inside will be harmed. 2. Recklessness A. Subjective recklessness. Definition: the person is aware of a substantial and unjustifiable risk associated with their actions, but decides to proceed anyway. Example: a driver speeds through a crowded area, knowing the risk of hitting a pedestrian, but disregards it. B. Objective recklessness. Definition: the person ought to have been aware of a substantial and unjustifiable risk, judging from the perspective of a reasonable person. Example: a person handles fireworks in a dangerous manner without considering the potential harm, which a reasonable person would recognize. 3. Negligence A. Definition: the person fails to be aware of a substantial and unjustifiable risk that constitutes a deviation from the standard of care expected of a reasonable person. Example: a parent leaves a child unattended near a swimming pool, resulting in the child's injury due to the parent's failure to foresee the danger. 4. Strict liability A. Definition: no mens rea is required. The prosecution need only prove that the defendant committed the act, actus reus, regardless of intent or knowledge. Examples: traffic offenses like speeding, or regulatory offenses like selling alcohol to minors, where intent or negligence is not considered. Establishing mens rea in criminal cases. 1. Evidence of intent A. Direct evidence. Definition: statements or actions that explicitly indicate the individual's intent. Examples: confessions, emails, text messages, or social media posts outlining criminal plans. B. Circumstantial evidence. Definition: indirect evidence from which intent can be inferred based on surrounding facts and circumstances. Examples: the use of a weapon, the manner of committing the act, or patterns of behavior. 2. Role of jury and judge. Fact-finding: the jury, or judge, in a bench trial, evaluates the evidence to determine whether the prosecution has proven the required mens rea beyond a reasonable doubt. Instructions: judges provide legal instructions on the specific level of mens rea required for the charged offense, guiding the jury's deliberations. 3. Defenses related to mens rea: lack of intent, arguing that the defendant did not have the required mental state for the crime. Mistake of fact, claiming that a genuine mistake negated the mens rea. For example, mistakenly taking someone else's property, believing it was your own. Insanity defense, asserting that a mental disorder prevented the defendant from forming the requisite intent.